Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and instantly own it? They don't shout, they don't demand attention, yet everyone listens, everyone follows, everyone wants what they have. Meanwhile, others work twice as hard, speak twice as loud, and get half the results. What's the difference? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even hard work. The elite know something you don't, and today, I'm gonna pull back the curtain. Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP. Sounds complicated, right? Sounds like something only therapists and self-help gurus talk about in overpriced seminars. But here's what they won't tell you. The world's top negotiators use it, Fortune 500 CEOs swear by it, even the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit built their interview techniques on its principles. Tony Robbins built an empire with it. Barack Obama's speechwriters studied it. Top sales teams in Silicon Valley train their reps on it before they ever touch a phone. And the wildest part, most of them never even mention the name. They just use it, quietly, effectively, powerfully. So what exactly is NLP? Let me break it down for you, because this is where it gets interesting. Neuro, your brain, the way you process information, store memories, and create your reality. Linguistic, your words, the language you use with others, and more importantly, the language you use with yourself. Programming, the patterns, the mental software running in the background shaping every decision, every reaction, every outcome. Put them together and you get something extraordinary, a system for understanding how humans think, communicate, and behave, and more importantly, a toolkit for changing all three. Now let me tell you a story. In the 1970s, two researchers at the University of California, Santa Cruz did something radical. Richard Bandler and John Grinder didn't just study successful people, they reverse engineered them. They sat down with the world's best therapists. They recorded their sessions. They analyzed every word, every pause, every subtle shift in tone and body language. And they discovered something shocking. Excellence wasn't random, it wasn't genetic, it was a pattern, a code, and if you could crack that code, you could replicate the results. That's how NLP was born. Not in a boardroom, not in a lab, but in the careful observation of people who are already changing lives at the highest level. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think NLP is about manipulation, about tricking people, about some dark psychological hack to control minds. That's not it at all. The elite don't study NLP to control others. They study it to master themselves. Think about it. When you understand how your own brain works, you stop being a victim of your thoughts. You stop spiraling into anxiety over a text message. You stop procrastinating on the goals that actually matter. You stop letting yesterday's failures write tomorrow's story. When you master your internal language, you stop saying "I can't" and start asking, "How can I?" You stop defining yourself by your limitations and start operating from your possibilities. When you recognize your patterns, you can break the ones that hold you back and install the ones that move you forward. That's not manipulation. That's liberation. Let me give you an example you can use today. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to light up a room with their energy? How they make you feel understood, valued, important? That's not charisma. That's rapport. And in NLP, rapport isn't about being nice. It's about being in sync. Here's the technique. It's called mirroring. Not copying, mirroring. When someone leans forward, you lean forward. When they speak slowly, you slow down. When they use visual words like "I see what you mean," you respond with visual language too. Your brain is wired to trust people who are like you. It's ancient biology, survival instinct. And when you consciously create that unconscious connection, walls come down, resistance melts, communication flows. Presidents use this in debates. Negotiators use this across tables. Therapists use this in sessions. And the best part, it works in 5 minutes or less. But NLP goes deeper than conversation tricks. Let me ask you something. What happens when you think about a past failure? Really think about it. Do you see it in color or black and white? Is it close or far away? Are you watching yourself, or are you living it again? Most people don't know the answer. They just feel bad. But in NLP, these details matter enormously, because how you represent experiences in your mind determines how they affect you. A painful memory that feels close, bright, and immersive will hit you like a truck. but the same memory pushed farther away, drained of color, viewed from outside yourself, it loses its power. The elite know this. They don't just think positive, they engineer their mental movies, they edit their internal experience like a director editing a film, and suddenly what used to paralyze them becomes just another scene in the story. Here's another truth bomb. Your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Don't believe me? Think about the last nightmare you had. Your heart was racing, your palms were sweating, your body was in full fight or flight mode for something that never happened. Now flip that. What if you could use that same power to rehearse success, to walk through your presentation, your pitch, your difficult conversation with perfect confidence before you ever face the real thing? That's what NLP calls future pacing. Mental rehearsal at the highest level. Olympic athletes use it. Surgeons use it before they ever pick up a scalpel. And you can use it before your next job interview, your next date, your next big decision. The elite don't just hope for the best. They mentally live the best until it becomes inevitable. Now let's talk about language. Real language. The kind that moves markets and changes minds. In NLP, there's a concept called presuppositions. These are assumptions built into sentences that your brain accepts without questioning. Let me show you the difference. Weak. If you buy this, you'll be happy. Strong. When you start using this, you'll notice how much better you feel. See what happened there? When presupposes it's going to happen. Start using presupposes action. You'll notice presupposes the result is already there, waiting to be discovered. Politicians use this. Advertisers use this. Leaders use this every single day. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. The question is, are you using it, or are you being used by it? Here's something else the elite understand. People don't buy products. They buy better versions of themselves. They don't follow leaders. They follow visions of who they could become. NLP calls this values-based communication. Speaking to what someone truly wants, not what they say they want. A parent doesn't want a car seat. They want to know their child is safe. An entrepreneur doesn't want software. They want freedom and control. A student doesn't want a degree. They want possibility and respect. When you learn to speak to the deeper need, you stop selling. You start connecting. And connection is the currency of the modern world. Let me be brutally honest with you for a second. The world is not fair. Some people are born with advantages, better schools, better connections, better starting positions. But here's what levels the playing field. Your mind is the one asset nobody can take from you. Nobody can tax it. Nobody can limit it. Nobody can gatekeep it. And NLP, it's the owner's manual most people never read. The elites study it because they understand a fundamental truth. In a world of information, the advantage goes to those who can process, communicate, and influence most effectively. Not through force, not through deception, through understanding. Understanding how people think. Understanding how decisions are made. Understanding how change actually happens at the neurological level. Think about the last time you tried to change a habit. Maybe it was waking up earlier. Maybe it was going to the gym. Maybe it was stopping procrastination. How did you approach it? Most people use willpower. And willpower fails. Every single time. Because willpower is a limited resource. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Sooner or later your arms get tired, and it shoots back up with twice the force. NLP offers a different approach. Instead of fighting your patterns, you replace them. You find the trigger, interrupt the old response, and install a new one. Feel the urge to scroll social media when you should be working? Change the trigger. Put your phone in another room. Replace the behavior with a 2-minute stretch. Reward the new pattern. This isn't theory, this is how habits actually form and reform in the brain. And once you understand the mechanics, you're no longer at the mercy of your impulses. You're the architect of your behavior. I want you to imagine something. Imagine walking into any room and knowing exactly how to make people comfortable. Imagine speaking to any audience and feeling their attention lock onto every word. Imagine facing any challenge and accessing a state of calm confidence on command. That's not fantasy. That's trained competence. And NLP is the training system. The anchors, the reframes, the submodalities. Each tool is a key to a door you probably didn't know was locked. Here's what separates the elite from everyone else. It's not that they don't feel fear. It's not that they don't doubt themselves. It's not that they have some magical immunity to failure. It's that they have tools. When fear shows up, they reframe it. This isn't danger. This is excitement. My body is preparing me to perform. When they fail, they dissociate from the pain. They see it as data, not destiny. They ask, what can I learn? Instead of, why am I broken? When they need confidence, they don't hope for it. They anchor it. They trigger a state they've practiced and stored, like loading a saved file in a video game. These aren't tricks. These are skills. And like any skill, they get stronger with practice. So why don't more people study this? Honestly, because it works too well. When something challenges your worldview, your brain protects you by dismissing it. That sounds like manipulation. That's just positive thinking nonsense. That wouldn't work for someone like me. That's not critical thinking. That's a defense mechanism. And defense mechanisms keep you exactly where you are. The elite don't have special brains. They just stopped defending their limitations and started exploring their possibilities. Let me leave you with this. Every single day, your brain is being programmed. By the news you watch, by the people you surround yourself with, by the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. The only question is, who's doing the programming? If you're not consciously designing your mental software, someone else is writing the code. Social media algorithms, cultural expectations, other people's fears and limitations. NLP gives you the tools to take back control, to communicate with precision, influence with integrity, and live with intention. The elite study it because they understand the ultimate truth. Your mind is either your greatest prison or your greatest power, and the choice between those two, that's entirely yours. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and forget it. Pick one technique, just one. Practice it today. Use mirroring in your next conversation. Reframe a negative thought. Anchor a positive state. Small step, huge impact. Because the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't a matter of information. You already have more information than you can use. The gap is skill, and skills are built through practice, not passive consumption. The elite know this. That's why they invest in their minds the way others invest in entertainment. The question is, which side of that divide do you want to be on?